Hi everybody. So for our first set of videos, we're working on day one. Obviously you can find that on my website. I'm just going to go through this real quick. Hopefully what we would have done normally if we were in classes, you would have introduced yourself. We would have probably ended up doing some icebreakers. We would have talked about the syllabus, which we'll do in our first Zoom meeting. And then we do a math is activity so I could get your opinion on math. We do the marshmallow challenge, which is actually pretty fun. Usually my students like it. We'd watch the marshmallow challenge video, and then we'd talk about fixed and growth mindset. So let's get going on this. To get to that, obviously, all you need to do is click this link, and you can find this page if you want to follow along. If you don't, you can just watch the video. But so we're kind of in the stages of trying to condition our students to have a more growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset is typically common. What you'll see in a lot of students, and I think we've all probably seen this in school, is sometimes you have kids that they're not good at math, and you hear it all the time. They say, I'm not good at math, I can't do it. Like, I've always been bad at math. I struggle with math, and they say the words like that, and it's a mindset that you don't think you'll ever be better at what you're trying to get better at. And so let's look through the fixed mindset side. So it leads to the desire to look smart, and therefore this tendency to avoid challenges, give up easy, see effort as fruitless or worse, ignore useful negative feedback, and then feel threatened by the success of others. So if you see all those things, that's the fixed mindset. A lot of times, because I taught middle schoolers, when they know that they're not good at something, what they would do is they would create distractions so that you weren't focused on the fact that their ability in that topic was lacking. It's like they're the kid who would yell out and make a different distraction than the class clown. And if it was something they didn't want to talk about, they usually didn't try. But if it was something they did want to try or talk about, they would be perfectly fine and normal in the conversation. And then they'd write it off as, oh, I'm not good at this. So I'm just going to make a distraction. And I would be using they would obviously be avoiding challenges and see their effort as fruitless. As a result, though, these plateau early and achieve less than their full potential, and so that's the unfortunate side of having a fixed mindset. Now, with the growth mindset, it wants the desire to learn, and therefore you have the tendency to embrace challenge and try to work through it, persist in the face of setbacks, set effort as a path to mastery, learn from criticisms, find lesson in inspiration in the success of others, and as a result they achieve probably higher than they would have normally. And it's not a very difficult concept to understand. Fixed mindset is more like, I can't do this because math is hard, I've never been good at math. Whereas a growth mindset, if the person was struggling, they'd say something like, I know I can get this after a certain amount of time, and things like, if I just keep trying, I'll get better at this. It's more of just like a positive versus a negative mindset a little bit too, in that regard. And with that being said, kind of understand the basics of this, guys. Understand, that you are going to struggle with some things you're trying to learn in this class, but as long as you keep a positive mindset and, keep practicing and trying to do better, you will do better. When you want to get better at basketball, you don't sit there and watch a video about basketball. You go and shoot basketballs until you start making more of them, and you practice that skill set. And so that's the same method and same ideology you have to have for the math class that you're in right now. It will help you to achieve more, and it will help you, in other aspects of your life as well.